Here you go, Barry Joe Stull again.
The Jeremy Christian trial defense, day 2. Okay, here's things we know today that we didn't know yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
All right, it took probably 45 minutes for the curricula vitae of the first defense doctor, who's a neuropsychologist, to testify. Her curricula vitae was so extensive, it was just it took a really long time because they really wanted to make a point of this person's qualification. And so the questions that were asked was, did Jeremy Christian have fetal alcohol syndrome? Was there that was 1. 2 was there a problem caused by him having been shot in the face? That caused brain damage.
Great, thanks.
And the third question was, what's up? What's up? You know, what else is going on with the character, right?
Okay, and so what was the answer to the fetal alcohol?
So, no evidence of fetal alcohol syndrome. The opinion was that there was no relationship to the being shot in the face with brain damage. And the other one was, this guy has, as you got to see on the news, this executive function deficit. And the way it works is 68% of the population is considered the bell curve normal. And so, if you're average, it's because you're within the 68% that all the psychologists have said are the 68%. Does that make sense? Did you catch that? Are you there? What's gone?
I think I'm getting your point. Can you go on?
Well, the magic number, we're going to say, the one you have to, put your mind around is that if you have 100 people, 68% of them are considered normal.
Right.
Okay, or average. Okay, that's within the bounds. That's the boundaries. That's 68%. Okay, so you can have a high average be on like one end of that 68%, and then you could have a low average where you're on the bottom end of that 68%. But then with these things such as the executive functions, then when you get outside of the low average, then you get into the land of what's called a deficit.
Mm-hmm. The land of the deficit.
Deficit. That's like the outside of the average. It's not within the average. You can have a low average, still be average, and then you can still be, but once you get into this other territory, you're outside the boundaries, and you're no longer normal. And that's the operative word we're talking about here. Because ultimately what we're talking about is Jeremy Christian has a birth defect. And it was a product of his birth defect that caused him to have a behavior pattern. The problems with his behavior pattern were, among other things, perseveration. And that was evidenced by a test that involved a decision-making process that he began using a process that happened to work for him, but he kept using it even in light of its failure as time went on. He couldn't get out of the rut of using this particular pattern. And so having that as a character trait of his inability of changing direction. And the other thing that the defense is going to play on is that she said that when a number of things. Okay, so the one thing is the reaction time of a person's physiology compared to the response time of their brain is that if you put your hand on the hot stove, your brain will know in 80 milliseconds that you touched the stove. And you will know, as a young child, some measure of 250 milliseconds, or as an older person, maybe 280 milliseconds, or a longer period of time. So your brain actually gets the message, and you're responding by removing your hand from the hot stove before you, as a person, even have the opportunity to know about it. So the combination of factors was that the fight or flight response is triggered when the sympathetic nervous system responds to a perceived threat, and once that happens, the sympathetic nervous system puts chemical changes into the brain, and that changes the brain's ability to do thought processes at the expense of the ability to survive the moment, including such things as having the physical response, moving your hand off the hot stove or stabbing somebody in the neck, quicker than you can even think about it.
Right. Well, that's like the free will discussion, cause and effect. Like, is the act involuntary, or is it premeditated, or does it happen so fast it's more of like a triggered reaction?
I got most of that.
No, that was really good, Barry. I'm going to go back and listen to that.
No, what you just said. Okay, so anyhow, I'm glad you can review that for your edification, because, and otherwise you're going to have to listen to the FTR.
Oh, right. That was your point. Good on you, Barry. Yes, I agree. Oh, hey, can I just tell you something interesting? Next week, our housing agency is being sued in Clatsop County. Unless the court dates have changed, they begin the 18th, 19th, 20th, 21st. Teresa Sims versus Northwest Housing, our Clatsop County agency. And I'm so tempted to go. And then additionally, Department of Human Services is being sued by an elder care company, like a private elder care company, I believe, that did some kind of, like, I don't know, care homes or something. So we're having like a double whammy of DHS lawyers will be in force and Northwest Housing lawyers will be in force, trying to crush the people, as usual. All the many ways they crush the people. And I can't even decide. I want to go to both trials, and I was thinking I could just sort of waltz in and out, but I'm afraid day one may be procedural or jury selection, so I could probably skip that, or it might be But I see Northwest Housing is implicated with the Wapato dude. Basically, Northwest Housing has been implicated with giving HUD money that cannot be allocated for shelters. It has to be allocated for more proper housing over to Helping Hands, the agency of Alan Evans. That Alan Evans is now the guy working with the Schnitzer dude on the Wapato. Yeah. So he I don't know if that's going to make it into the case or into the presentation, but it will be interesting to see if what other things emerge, because I'm just aware of general poor management of buildings, like lack of cleanliness, lack of availability. It's dreadful. So it would be nice to see how else things happen. They seem to be getting better. That's a sign. Like they have a nice guy at the office, but well, Well.
Yeah,
I think everyone should sue DHS.
For the receptionist, you know.
I think DHS should be like 80% lawsuits. Their whole budget should just be doled out for all the things they can't do properly. Did you see the thing where
Wait, I can't hear you. What's going on?
bad phone. Reconnecting. So DHS hired Alvarez Marsal, this multinational corporation, to basically kind of brand their way to a better future. It's sort of funny because it's like not only can DHS not hold their own water, it's like when Portland police would always just hire some random academic group to sort of legitimize them or something. And so they're the multinational corporation Alvarez and Marsal that's going to help DHS not be in such a foster care crisis where they're like abusing kids or not following the law and all these various things, drugging them, hiding deaths, infant deaths. Supposedly our own governor withheld infant death to get through her little election cycle. Like, whoops, let's just not dwell on the it's terrible work. It's terrible. I just was thinking about that today. Like, am I just going to turn into sort of like the equivalent of a Margaret Thatcher Tory that just accepts that terrible people work in these types of agencies and that's normal, and old folks are being abused habitually and that's normal? Like, the normalization of the atrocity.
My revolt against the man is in the mail.
Yeah.
I'm utterly supported by tax dollars and bureaucracies, and I hate every one of them.
Right.
There's nothing nice about it.
But they're kind of like their own. They are I was thinking a lot about recently how the judge wants to say, I'm this malicious blogger. Like, this broadcast is a malicious internet campaign against something, Barry. Just imagine that I'm coming at it from a point of malice. For her to say that, that's as illogically equivalent as if I were to say, well, you're this malicious justice system because you maliciously posted dockets on the judicial file and you maliciously enter things into records. It's like, I don't presume that she is acting within malice, maybe even if she is, because that would be presumptuous. And
the system is acting, the malice is the warp and weft of the fabric of the system.
Right. Oh, I see. So she's speaking from personal experience. You must have malice when you have, I can't tell what's going on besides the massive crush I've had on her since day one when I first. So it's like she's my.
Barry, you have a crush on everyone.
True, but she's the second lady judge to call me Mr. Eng. I think she likes a woman who wears the pants. And it just so happens that my two adversaries were Sagittarius, so I just had to battle double Sagittarius. And Sagittarius, that's like my kid brother. It's like, no, I'm the Leo. No, I know what you did wrong. Like, no, you can't outcharm me. No, you can't pull your con artist stuff anymore. But I looked at the judge's star sign and she's a Taurus, so she's just annoyed by us. She's like, you're annoying, fire signs, go away. Like, stop being malicious. Bad kids, whack, whack. And I mean, truly, I kind of won my case because basically he was trying to, like, extort me for $2,800 for actually no reason, but that's just what he does in Pennsylvania and Oregon now.
Oh, your landlord?
He's got an operation in Garfield that is so, I mean, it's so atrocious. And also, I think the judge is actually kind of confused about the internet because the malicious blogging that she's alleging, I think she's getting confused with some of the Pennsylvania blogging because they have, like, hit every internet basic. Like, they have memes and flyers and distributions on telephone poles and stuff. So I'm like, are you confused, Judge, that because I basically copy-pasted information about what the Pennsylvania activist contingent is doing because I thought, well, hey, he's got it down to a science of, like, how many people can I piss off all at once with no eye for his own PR. Like, it's almost like he doesn't understand that, like, even if you're going to be evil in the background, you don't want that to be your public face. You want to, like, be, you know, shaking hands with, I don't know, kissing babies, holding puppies, like doing I was going to say shaking hands with puppies, but I couldn't get my metaphors straight. But yeah, I guess you could shake hands with puppies too. But oh well, whatever. I'm done with politics. I want my whole motto to be sorry to bother you, justice system. Sorry to bother you. Sorry to bother you.
So, let's see, what else, on the Jeremy Christian trial, since I got every minute of it,
Yeah.
what else do we know today that we didn't know yesterday? Okay, oh yeah, so we're, based on these, okay, so when the psychological assessment is done, right?
Mm-hmm.
There are a number of tests, and there are a number of batteries, and a battery might have within it a number of tests. Does that make any sense?
Mm-hmm.
A collection of tests might be contained in a battery.
Okay.
And then, right. So anyhow, the types of tests have these interesting names like the Iowa Gambler and the Wisconsin Sorted Card Test. And what these tests are designed to do, and apparently, based on the research and the studies, do well enough that people can come into court with decades of experience to testify to the effect. They report that human experience can be captured by people taking these tests and having responses that show various things about their abilities and disabilities, we'll say, or the things that they can do and the things that they can't do as well, right? And so the upshot with Jeremy Christian is that he showed problems in his spatial, his ability to capture space visually, and he showed problems in the ability to multitask or to handle more than one thing at the same time. He also showed a tendency to perseverate, meaning to keep doing the same course of action regardless of the feedback that it wasn't the right thing to do. And this was all done within the, we'll call it the clinical study, right? This wasn't like what he did in that moment on the Mac. She's just saying that this is what this cat's made out of. Because drum roll, please. He was born that way.
Right. Can I ask you, though, kind of a different question? What is the courtroom dynamic? Would you say that there's like gasps or sighs, or does the crowd feel palpably nervous? Can you address that?
Oh my gosh, that's the whole thing. Here's what's happened now that we're on the second day. This is the second day of the defense, right?
Uh-huh.
So the trial started with the state and the defense taking the better part of the first morning, doing just opening arguments, right? And then they started bringing in state witnesses, and that went through to Thursday of last week, which took, at that point, they were on like the 7 days of the trial. And then the defense took over Monday because they couldn't get their defense witnesses in of what they told the court that they had penciled in anyhow, that they were going to start their defense on February 10th. And so they did. Right? And so here we are, the second day of the defense, which for me is like really, really important because I want to know about the biomechanics of this character's brain, because when I heard that it was going to be Asperger's defense, I'm like, whoa, what?
Right.
What's going on? Disability, all this stuff. I want to know all about that, right? So that's why I'm there, right? But that's why I was there from the go. Besides having my interactions with Jeremy Christian and Michael Fletcher and all, you know, just that's my playground. I'm there on vacation, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
I know the security guard on the way in, and I know the transport guard, you know, all that kind of stuff. Just even from now being there for this long. Okay, so here's what we do. We go and we sign on the clipboard that we're either media or public, and they try to find us a seat in the courtroom. And the first day when there were 70 people in the courtroom and it was 180 degrees because everybody's throwing a little light bulb heating up the joint, right? And apparently some judge insisted on the heating system heating this particular room for his particular needs way back, and so it's kind of hardwired into the system that this is going to be an overheated room. And there were 70 people in the room. And half of the courtroom was reserved for victims and victims' families, and they were all full of people, and media took up a whole bunch of seats, and there were a handful of seats for the public, and it was like hard to get in. And the guard said, wait till about the third day of the trial, because he's seen this kind of stuff before. And it wasn't the third day of the trial, and it wasn't the fifth day of the trial, but now that it was like today, I got in the whole time, and there was a seat next to me that anybody could have come in and taken. So there was like room for anybody to come in off the street and sit down at the trial today, no waiting. And so when we consider on the news, it's pretty much our top story tonight is that even that, nobody's showing up to see these highly qualified, flying in from where they're coming in, whatever, expert on the use of force. That was super cool, seeing that guy talking about stuff. I'm gonna have a great time at my City Hall trial after watching that expert witness. We're doing a do-over at City Hall. Well, guess what? I just saw all my expert witnesses, like at the Jeremy Christian trial.
Oh my God. Yeah, you know. Okay, so
wait, Mary. One, I don't need those people for two reasons, and one is all my charges are misdemeanors.
Right. There's that too.
Anything that I can't evoke as part of my witness testimony or as my cross-examination and asking Engstrom and all these other people questions about based on what I said, what do you think, Officer Engstrom? Somebody gets between 6 and 8 feet of you, don't you think that's getting into their personal space?
Okay,